Peace. Power.
This is the Dope Ones podcast. The Dope Ones. The Dope Ones.
Peace. Power. What's good, y'all? Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Dope Ones podcast. I am Don is Dope, creator of the Dope Ones. We back on the couch, man, coming to you straight from Sacramento, California.
You can follow me at Don is Dope on IG. You can follow the brand at Dope Ones Official. And you can shop with us, man. www.thedopeones.com. Check us out. Check out the blog. Check out the podcast. Check out all the great content. We truly appreciate the support.
We got a special guest straight out of Stockton, California. He's a connoisseur of fine cuisine. He's a Yelp elite. He's a content creator, photographer, and he's the host of The Sauce is Sold Separately. Let's welcome my guy, Dude, Where's My Tacos? Thank you for joining us, though, bro. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Just want to get into some things, man. First, man, I want you to just tell us a little bit about, who you are and your come up and what you got going on right now, bro.
All right, man. So my name is Michael Patterson, better known as Dude, Where's My Tacos? I am a foodie, photographer, blogger, opinionated person, creative, all that, man. Business owner. I do a lot of stuff, man, and done it in a short amount of time with like no school, just some ambition. So
hey,
that's my story in a nutshell.
That's all you need, bro. Yeah, man. Just since we linked, man, since I've been out here, man, just seeing the moves you've been making, are definitely inspiring, man. You're definitely doing your thing. So let me ask you something, man. What is it like being a foodie, doing what you do? Explain a little bit about, what you do and what it's like being Dude, Where's My Tacos in Northern California in the foodie scene right now.
I mean, it's cool, man. Like, don't get it twisted, man. It's cool. When I started out, I didn't even know like the foodie thing was a thing. Like when I just started, like it was just one of them things that was like natural. Like whenever somebody was in town, they always hit me up about where to eat.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody was going out of town, they want to know where they should go eat, stuff like that. So it was like a natural thing. And it kind of just took off from there. I think a lot of the reason why I grew the way I grew is, one, there was really nobody really holding that spot out here except for like a repost page. There was some other girl that was low-key a little bit popping, but not really. It wasn't consistent. It was one of them people that would go places and would be like, everything's good. Like, I think people like mess with me because like good, bad, or in between, I'm gonna tell you the whole truth. It ain't even just about the food, it's about the ambiance, the service. Like I'd be like, all right, this smack, but they gotta step their customer service game up a little bit.
Keep it real.
If it's hot somewhere, or if the price is a little out of pocket, like little things like that help people to determine where they want to go.
Hey, man, honesty's the best policy, bro.
Yeah. Another thing is, I think being Black, it was a plus and a minus. I know for a fact, like some people don't mess with me because of the fact that I'm Black. And I know a lot of people reach out because I am Black, so it's like a good and a bad thing. Actually, being Black is never a bad thing, but I know like sometimes it probably limits certain opportunities. That it's really hard to explain.
Nah, but that's actually what I wanted to ask you about, though. Do you experience any sort of discrimination or any type of indifference from brands you might work with? Like, but you kind of answered the question, but like, have you ever experienced it on like a blatant level?
I feel like, honestly, man, I dealt with it early on. Like I said, there was nobody really filling that void out here. We got one page called Dine Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the come up, I had like a little list of objectives I wanted to do. I'm like, all right, man, I want to become Yelp Elite. I'm gonna be on
Mm-hmm.
Foodie Tribe. I'm gonna get featured on Dine Stockton and all that other stuff. So I'm getting all these reposts, all this love, everything. Never got no Dine Stockton love, right? And I'm like, bro, I'm from Stockton. I'm like the hottest thing out here. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then it took like one of my followers like pointed out, like, hey, one, it seems like they only post females.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you black. Point blank period. I never put two and two together, but then I kind of figured out, started like watching what they were doing and shit like that. I'm like, all right, well, I guess there's more to it than just posting good pictures or, you know, being like on the top of their hashtag. Cause I'm like, and at one point when I used to use their hashtag, like it was just me up there and you ain't found one picture you could use. So like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also too, I mean, the way I move, I know the way I move probably threw some people off. Like I figured out early on, like, you know, like maybe I should be getting something for this more than just a free meal, you know?
Yeah,
and once I tapped in, it was all like, bro, we don't need to play by their rules to do this, man. Like we could reach out to restaurants yourself. You don't need Foodie Tribe or all these other places, Best Food Feed. You don't need none of them places, man. If you got hustle, if your content is correct, like people gonna mess with you, man. And you can set your own price. It's better than going through these third-party PR places. Like a lot of these PR places, you don't even get nothing. They'll set you up in these large, like influencer gatherings. I think your wife probably has dealt with it before.
Oh yeah.
They set you up. You know, there'll be 30 of y'all. You'll get little tastings. You'll be in a hot, cramped ass room. You really don't even get the food you want. Everybody gets the same pictures. It's just whack. Like I think I went to like two of them. Like y'all never do this again. I mean, it's cool linking up, meeting some other foodies or whatever. But it's just like, bro, it's a waste of my time. Like,
yeah,
if I think of something dope, everybody else gonna do the same thing. We all getting the same food. I don't even like my stuff like certain ways. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's the term the sauce is sold separately. But like, it's just like, it's just like I'm not. Like, you know, I like being around people, but like you just ain't gonna play me. That's always been my thing. Like, man, I hustle different. So nah.
I like that, man. I like that, man. That's how you gotta be, man. You gotta hustle different, you know. You gotta go against the grain. And I think too, you know, it's admirable that you kind of carved out your own lane, you know, by just stepping out there and just, you know, following your passion, you know what I mean? And I'm all for that, even more so like in the face of any adversity, you know. But I know, you know, this area, as diverse as it is, and you know, as just well-rounded as it is, there's still that element, you know what I mean? So I wanted to ask you, man, just overall, and this is kind of a loaded question, but it's something I'm asking everybody who I have on here. You know, what do you feel like? What are your thoughts about, you know, what's going on right now with the state of Black America and just everything that we're seeing, you know, with just people getting tired of, you know, the ugliness of systemic racism affecting us in every facet of life damn near. But when it's, you know, more and more Black men and women being killed right in front of our eyes, it's like enough is enough. But I want to know, you know, your perspective on that.
Enough has been enough, bro. Like it's funny. Like I went back, you know how you got their Facebook memories and Instagram memories sometimes, and I just remember getting shut down whenever I'd be angry about certain issues.
Yeah.
And I get hit with that all lives. Oh
man, don't even get me started with that.
All lives. And it's just like a chant. It's like every time somebody hits you with an all lives matter, before and even now, like it was just like, shut the fuck up. We all suffer. Oh, everybody dies from police. Like, bro, like, no, it's not the same, bro. Like,
not at all.
And I think honestly, like, and I've said it multiple times, I feel like quarantine for everybody. I know people don't like it. People don't like being at home. People don't like dealing with their feelings. People don't like thinking about things deeper than they have to think about. But I think quarantine 2020, all that is a blessing in disguise, because I'm telling you, if George Floyd would have died when the world was up normal, we probably would have heard about it for a couple of days.
Yeah,
People want to
absolutely.
write on about that business, but it was because the world was paused and everybody watched it over and over again with no explanation.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck is this?
yeah,
It's easy to skip past stuff when you're going to your job, when you're out partying, when you're out drinking, when you're out living your best life. It's all like, whatever. No big deal. It ain't hurt me. My immediate circle's good. I'm good. My kids are good
exactly.
here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think like that. But like, even like growing up, like I have a family full of teachers and law officers and correctional officers and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And even then, like, we were taught certain things to deal with as cops. Like, I take my keys out the ignition, drop them on the floor, put my hands on the dashboard. But it's just weird that I do all that and I'm with my boy Rick or Marty or something like that, and they got attitudes with the cops. I gotta sit up here and play cool like I did something,
Right.
and I know I ain't did nothing. I know I'm not riding dirty. I know my registration's straight. I know I ain't got no warrants. You know what I'm saying? And it's somebody that's been like in some sticky situations with cops for like no reason. Like, you won't know even when you're black until it happens to you. Like, I had a friend Kenny that would always say, "Oh, like, oh, that racism is dead. That racism is dead." And then we got like pulled up on like tough.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him like, "Well, how you feel about what the statement was?" Because he made it like a week prior. He was like, "Well, it's still out there, you know." But
Yeah.
it's just one of them things that like that we know is present that gets ignored. And I think it's just because we've been told to just shut up so long. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I
even
think
like,
I feel like it's we see it so often, and if you see a certain thing, no matter how heinous, if you see it enough, you become desensitized,
oh,
and
you
I
become
think
numb to it.
you
Like, well, that's
become
just how it
absolutely
is.
numb to it. Definitely, but we can't, we cannot ignore this elephant. We cannot, because in the black community, we know how long we've been dealing with this shit. But now that we have more, more people in the game, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? More allies in the game and more people speaking up all over the world, it's like a four-alarm blaze, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
mean, and to just piggyback over what you were saying about, being under quarantine and whatnot, it definitely created the perfect storm for something like this to pop off. And I think as extreme as a situation as it was, just being on lockdown, it yielded something that is gonna change the world forever. Like, we're never gonna go back. I mean, I just saw them. They just took down another Confederate statue somewhere. I forget where it was. But that shit is unprecedented. But that's just scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? But it's still something. It's still, some sort of nod to progress. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
furthermore, like I came up. My father used to be in law enforcement, and he would give us all of them same briefs, and I'm light skinned as a motherfucker. They don't know what I am, but I
yeah,
still got fucked with, and I was
yeah, yeah.
usually always with my black family or friends. So, you know what I'm saying? I still felt it. However, of course, when you lighter, you have more privilege, obviously, but you still feel it. You know what I mean? Like, and then, I came up, primarily, my formidable years in the South. My family's from New York, but we slowly migrated down south. And in the deep South, there's nothing like that racism that you experience out there. I'm talking about rednecks trying to run us off the road on some time to kill kind of shit, like just for real Confederate flag flying rednecks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But what I was getting at before about those pockets out here, it's everywhere. All this
yeah.
rural farmland out here,
Oh yeah.
Chico and the rest of
Hold
them.
on.
It's all out here, bro. It's
There's certain
out
places in
here.
fact you shouldn't go to too. I mean,
Yeah, man.
the thing is, man, like people act like it was that long ago that Martin Luther King and them was marching. In the scheme of things, it ain't, man. How
Bro,
long is
slavery
60
wasn't that
years?
long ago.
How long is 60 years, man?
Right.
And like like if you can still the fact that we still got grandparents and OGs that was actually out there says a lot more to like what happened than what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
You know, you see how they cover the Holocaust. Most of those survivors are dead. Not saying that the Holocaust is little by any means, but you know, just in a time capsule like it, that was more recent. Like it's and like the things that happened to us in the United States, man, that's not something that just washes away. That ain't something reparations could fix. I mean, it'll help. I'll take it, but you know, it's this is the conversation that's happening in 2020 that should have happened in like 1985.
1965.
1965. A lot of this stuff should have been like, it was like it's like when your parent makes that deal with you. If you tell me the truth, I'm not gonna spank you. Like it sound good. Like, yeah,
right.
we got equal rights now. But did we really ever have equal rights?
Hell
No.
no.
It sound good.
Hell no. No justice, just us. Nah, man. It's just I still just try to come to grips with the fact that we're in 2020, seeing the type of bullshit that we watch on the news every night. It's just unfathomable, but I'm not surprised by any of it either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, now, like I was talking to my guy Frank in the first episode, now we got to come up with the solutions. Like we are, the creators of this generation, and we're at the forefront, whether it be creative or, whatever you do, like we got to be the ones to organize and come up with some solutions. I don't know what the solutions are. I don't have any of the answers. I just got all the questions. But in your estimation, bro, what do you think are some steps towards some real change? Like you mentioned reparations, and that definitely won't, heal the deep wound of slavery, segregation, Jim Crow, mass incarceration. It won't. It'll put a Band-Aid on it. It'd be great, but it's like a kid who, excuse me for being graphic, but just a kid who was abused as a child. They still carry that trauma with them into adulthood, and the Black community is still feeling so many effects of the slave mentality. You know what I mean? Because it has not been that long.
It really hasn't, man. Like, I mean, if you even look at like something like it was like the Central Park Five, like
exactly.
No matter how much they got paid, like you never know,
man.
Get
them years back.
You can't get them years back. You can't get them years back, man.
Nah.
And that's just sad. But as far as change goes, man, I think we got to change the narrative, man. I don't want to see no more roots films. I want to hear them Black stories that we don't get told about. Like there's so much history that's not spoken of.
Yeah.
There's so many like power players that are just low key that we don't know of. Like some of like, our history is hidden way more than it should be, man. Like some Black people are major power players in Silicon Valley, and like big startup companies, government contracts, all that stuff, man. I don't want to see 12 Years a Slave, man. I want to know about these creatives that actually changing the world, man. Like that's where it starts. We don't need them to feel sorry for us no more. They need to feel like we're their equals. Like we are somebody they can invest in. Like, we're trustworthy. We got to change that narrative. I think that's where it starts.
Yeah. See, I feel like I think we should still have some, slavery films or documentaries, whatever. I think and it doesn't necessarily have to be the typical, like you said, like a roots format, or we can have the other side. Like Django is one of my favorite movies of all time because it was a Black superhero movie.
Exactly.
Set in that time period. And there are other real Black superhero movies, that can be told. When you talk about Silicon Valley, there's so many Black inventors who we've never heard about, but have contributed so much to just things that we, use every day and don't,
think of this,
even
man.
realize.
Just think of this, man. You know who created the home alarm system?
Well, is that the fiber optics?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. I know it was a black inventor. I just can't think
Exactly,
of
but
her
that's
name.
crazy that that's not
Yeah,
something on the tip of our tongues. Like
yeah,
that's some shit
exactly. We
I
should
just found out a
fucking know
couple of
that.
weeks ago. Like it's just like that's crazy that we don't know that.
We and
You
like
know
you
what I'm
said, our
saying? Like,
history is hidden from us, bro. It's real, man. Like these are the things that we have to demand, like in our schools, like
but
real
I
history
think
has to
all
be
that's
taught.
racism though, man. Like I think people don't realize how big of a mind fuck America is. For
Yeah,
them to rewrite a history book, like that's a different kind of deception, bro. Like
yeah,
you
it
just
is.
gonna change it
Yeah, it is. Like right
to
now,
fit what
they're
you want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, this happened, but like, how would it look if we just slid one of us in there? So it just, we want to, what is it? Position ourselves in a place of power in every movement in every part of society, even when we ain't even really a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I mean, common sense will tell you, man, Cleopatra did not look like Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Taylor.
Taylor, not
Bro,
at
we in the
all.
middle of in the middle of Egypt.
Not at all.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Not at all, bro.
that's common sense. But but because of how it's read in history books, because of them coming up with all these theories on how she would be like that,
Mm-hmm.
and the movies and all that other stuff, people buy into it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, like little stuff like that, man, has to be created, man. We need,
For sure. White Jesus, but I'll leave that one alone. That's a little too much.
yeah.
Anyway, um, I want to switch gears for a minute, just a little bit. We're both fathers. Tell me how fatherhood, has affected your life and, put you on a trajectory that you're on right now.
Um, I think fatherhood was like the best thing that happened to me, man. I'm not sure if I'd be where I'm at the same way if I wasn't a father. And I think raising young women, it's a whole different thing. So
Young
it
black
kind of,
women.
yeah. It kind of, I don't know, man. I think that's what ignited my hustle. I think when I found out I was having my first child, I was just on some like I got to get money thing. Like I think I had like 5 jobs. I was working like a Jamaican man.
I was about to
I was
say.
it wasn't even that serious, man. But I'm all like, man, my kid gonna be good, and it was a big deal for me because like my father wasn't around. So like when I had a kid, I was like, I'm always gonna be there. Like, financially, mentally, physically, I'm gonna be there for my kid. And it was a big thing for me to kind of like stop that because I wanted to be where it stopped, where, my kids will see how it's supposed to be. So yeah, that changed me as a person having a kid at a young age. Um,
Salute, bro. Salute.
I still went through some things growing up, man. I had my kid when I was 20. So I had some growing pains, but it always in the back of my mind, I always knew I had to provide. So I never could not, so
Yeah.
I always think 3 or 4 moves ahead because I'm thinking about them.
It's
Hopefully
chess, not checkers.
yeah, hopefully I could create some generational wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. That's man, and just yeah, real quick, man. No, salute to you, my brother. You know what I mean? Just being a father, being present, in your kid's life, no matter what circumstances are, man. I tip my hat to all the dads out there. Black dads matter,
Yeah.
Um, but I feel you on having a child, making it real for you.
Oh yeah.
'Cause it definitely happened to me in the same way. Like when I found out my son, was on his way here, I was like, all right, nigga, you got to get it together. Like,
Yeah, man, if something clicks and you like,
something
yeah, I can't
clicks.
be out here in these streets no more. I gotta do something different. I need a 401k. I need a
Hey,
retirement.
bro, I
I need
need some
money,
life
man.
insurance, all that, man. Just shit you just would not
And
think
when
about.
it's
It
just
blows you
you,
up
it's just
quick.
like, bro, whatever, it's good. Got some top ramen on top of the refrigerator. We'll make it.
Shit.
Different,
No,
man.
that's real, bro. It's nothing like it, man, and nothing like feeling that purpose, that sense of purpose, when you have someone who's dependent on your every move, for their survival, pretty much. It's nothing like it, man. So salute, man, salute. Um, let's talk a little bit about the sauce sold separately, man. Talk
Okay,
about
man.
how that came about, and basically what the show, the concept is. Tell us something about that, man.
The sauce is sold separately. It was originally it was a different concept at first. It was like when I first started my page. The original name of the show, or the show I wanted to create, was called Meet Up and Eat Up.
Okay.
And pretty much two foodies go two different places, blah, yada, 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 yada. The reason why that concept got changed, or one, I ended up having to go with somebody different on the video thing. And I was all like, well, since, I mainly created everything, but I was all like, I'd just rather just start new.
Mhm.
Secondly, people like linking with foodies was getting in the way of like making the show. Like,
Okay.
I have a location and not nobody to shoot it with, so I'm more like, I gotta have something to stand alone. Like, if I have a guest star, that's cool, but I gotta have something that, like, even if it's just me, it could be itself.
Mhm.
So, me and my boy linked up, and I like the style or whatever. We did some cool shit with the '90s experience and some other things we did, and I was like, well, let's do a show. And I was like, read a name, and with me, I'm like the pickiest foodie ever.
Mhm.
The way I eat my food is like, I'll try things, but like as far as sauce goes, like I'm anti-mayo. I won't put that out there. But as far as sauce goes, man, like, you ever been somewhere and like they overdo it with the sauce, or the sauce ain't good, and it's
Yeah.
all in your sandwich.
Yeah.
Your meal is done.
Yeah.
It's done. So what I decided was, man, put my sauce on the side. I'll dip my fry in it. If it's good, we'll put a little bit on the sandwich. If it's helly, and I'm drenching that thing.
Uh-huh.
But the sauce is sold separately, man. And the sauce, and that's like literally and figuratively speaking, because like when I talk about the sauce, I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about what makes you, what
Right.
makes dope ones dope.
Absolutely.
What makes McDonald's different than Wendy's. Like, everybody got their own sauce, man. Like, I mean, even from the person that can't cook, that's only putting 3 speckles of salt in there, that's their sauce. So
Mhm.
like, so it's important. It's about getting the behind the scenes, finding out what's different about your business, your food place, all that. So that's what the
Right.
sauce is about, man. I mean,
No,
everybody sauce, man, but pretty much.
man. No, the first episode, man, was dope, man, and thank you for showing love by repping the brand while you was on it, man. That's love, bro. It was definitely well put together, and it was at one of my favorite restaurants downtown. Shout out to Zocalo's, Ocalos, however you say it.
Bro, it's funny because in the episode I pronounced it 2 different ways, but that's real. I was going to edit it out. I'm like, you know what? I still don't to this day. I don't know how it's
Me
pronounced.
neither.
I really feel this is Zocalo.
I think it's Zocalo's too. That's what I had been saying, but then I heard you say Zocalo's on the show. I was like, wait a minute, have I been saying it wrong?
Hey, Zocalo sound more fancy though, right? But no, I've been fucking with them though, bro, because they
I
got
love
the
that.
best
I love
happy
that.
hour ever, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, back when I worked in SAC, like, that traffic is ridiculous, man. So if I couldn't get out of SAC by like 4:00, I was at Zocalo, getting my little drink on, getting my little tacos, chilling.
Nice ambiance.
You know what I'm saying? So I just
that's what's up, man.
Either there or Cheesecake Factory, you could eat like a king
Oh.
during happy hour.
Word.
$30, man. You over there?
You over there feasting. Yeah, man. So tell us, other than Sauce Soul separately, you on Yelp Elite. What else is going on right now?
Right now, man, I'm full time with what I'm doing with the hustle no more, man. No more working for Comcast.
Salute.
I'm doing marketing for a group of restaurants in the Bay.
Okay.
Um, I also do marketing like on a corporate level for somebody. I ain't gonna say their name on here.
Okay.
And
All good.
and yeah, man. So I'm just doing that full time. Being a content creator for like restaurants. It's fun. It is a struggle though because like I don't know, like I built that trust with the group I work with, and then coming on now at a corporate level, like I gotta prove myself all over again. And I'm going to a structure where they had nothing in place, so it's all like
Hmm.
do something, and then you do it, and it's not what they want, but they're not giving you the direction. It's like, all right, man, well, we're just
Yeah.
making it spicy,
Right.
but
Right. Y'all ain't giving me
you
nothing
know
to
what
work
I'm
with.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like that, like so it's an adjustment, man. But I'm moving into my new role. What the overall goal is with that though is they're building a marketing company around me, and
Nice.
I hope with that, man, I could build a team where I could find some work life balance because right now your boy stretched thin, man.
Yeah, man. Welcome
Yes,
to my life, bro.
and but it's cool though, man. It's the hustle is great, man.
That's
And
what's
I'm
up,
grateful
bro.
for my opportunities, man. Like I came a long way. I mean, people don't believe it, man. But I remember like what was it like 10 years ago, man. I was homeless and like
Wow.
build myself back up.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Wow.
crazy, man, to hit that low and to come back up the way I did. But I
Much
got a lot of
respect,
pride.
bro.
I got a lot of pride. So like
Much
I did it on
respect,
my
man.
own. Nobody knew. And I just kept working. I was full on homeless with a job. Like so it was just like one of them
Yeah.
things, man. I never stopped working. And yeah, man, it's just one of them things, man. If you see something, you just go out there and get it. Um, and yeah, man, I'm trying to build on what I'm doing. I got a vision, but the way God works, who knows what I'm gonna be doing next year. All I know is, man, I just got faith that everything gonna work out fine, man. Just the way everything's been playing out in my life.
I
Certain things,
believe it will, bro.
I'm saying, and
Just keep moving the way you've been moving, man.
This is the Dope Ones podcast. The Dope Ones. The Dope Ones.
Use the code ONEDOPEPOD at checkout for
This is
15% off.
the Dope Ones
Only
podcast.
at thedopeones.com.
The Dope Ones.
Big salute to you, my bro. Just a story like that is inspiring for anybody who's up and coming right now. A shirt that I have on the Dope Ones, it just says keep going. You know what I mean? It's a simple concept, but I truly believe in it. And on the back it says don't stop, because life will throw anything at you, but I'm a firm believer that you just keep on pushing forward, man. You'll come out of it. You know what I mean? So big shout out to you, my bro. Big shout out, man. What do you have as far as advice when we were on the set for the unnamed company, the unmentionable company? You had me come out and rock with y'all, and you were giving some gems that day. What's some advice you have for like up and coming influencers? Because what you do right now, man, a lot of people are jumping into it, especially now, being that a lot of people have extra time on their hands if they're furloughed or whatever. Everybody's on social media trying to do something, trying to jump into something, man. And you got your feet firmly planted in what you're doing. But what's some advice you have for young, passionate creatives or foodies such as yourself? Because you also do photography as well. You're just a creative virtuoso, man. So what is some advice that you have for some up and coming, influencers who want to get to, where you are?
I think the biggest advice is, man, like one, do you. Like you cannot come in here trying to be Donna's dope, dude, where's my tacos? Eat famous, buzzworthy foods. None of that stuff, man. I mean, some of that stuff might garner growth early on, but that's not gonna keep people coming to your page, man. You
Right.
gotta be your authentic self, like, and you can't be afraid to switch it up. You got to take some risks. You're gonna shoot some air balls. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gonna touch, man. Instagram is a tricky game, man. Like right now, I'm going through like a hashtag ban for something I don't even know. They never tell you. You just end up just dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, like with Instagram and stuff like and other like social media platforms, there's always game to it. You just got to be true to you. Engage with your fan base. It gets harder as you grow. And it is true, like you're never as hot as you are when you first start. Cause like, man, like if I look at my engagement from when I started to now, it's not the same, but it's just because I think people look at me more like a celebrity than like a person they can like hit up for food. I'm still here. I mean, my replies might not be as quick, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I try to really like mess with my supporters, man. And you know, when I can, I do. It's just, you know, I got a lot going on. I got like 12 different accounts I'm managing. So it's like, man, like it's one of them things like people really be like, you always on your phone, but you're not responsive. And I'm like, I'm always working, bro. There ain't really no days off. So it's like so I mean I know I come off as an asshole and it's funny because I'm not like that. But I'm one of them people that used to get like butthurt about people not texting back fast. And like now it's on the other end and this is like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm really not like that. But yeah, you gotta try. It's true to you. Never be open to take advice from somebody, but just take what works for you, man. Like I think one of the bigger mistakes I made early on was trying to copy what I thought was what people want to see. It wasn't until like I tried to like just, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna be me, where things started to click and fall in line. Like, and I think that's what happens with a lot of people. People find what works. So yeah, man. I mean, you get a little bit of everything on my page. You get the food on my feed. You get the funny on my stories. And because I be having people dying, like my stories be lit, man. But you know, I can't put all that on my feed, though.
Your stories are hilarious.
People probably get too offended on there. I probably offend people on my story, but I mean, I think I make more people laugh than anything. So as long as we laughing, it's good.
Bro, it's like you said, man. You got to stay true to who you are, man. You know, genuine people always resonate. You know what I'm saying? And there's always been another, you know, credo that I've lived by. Like, just be true to who you are, because eventually, if you come out on some, you know, disingenuous shit, eventually you're gonna get exposed. Exactly. And doing what we do, I mean, we put ourselves out there to an extent. And if you're gonna be on Front Street, you better be you, or you're gonna get exposed. And that's what's happening to a lot of people right now. A lot of these influencers they're getting exposed. Yeah. A lot of, you know, and I was just introduced to this world. You know, my wife pretty much introduced me to the whole influencer world. I had no idea that it was even a thing. You know, I was just an artist putting my shit out, you know, just trying to get responses from it. Meanwhile, she's creating her lane similar to the way you created yours. And then you just come across all these different people, but a lot of them they're not genuine. And, you know, a lot of people are showing their true colors, you know, especially concerning what's going on right now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean,
like silence is sound.
Silence
is definitely sound. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just like, you know, and we could talk about the Black Square, but I don't know, man. I feel like at the time when I posted, I felt good about it, but later on, I was like, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. But with me, I'm not somebody that deletes posts, you know. I still got my ex-girlfriend on my page, but look.
It's a visual diary, right?
After I posted it, though, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, this is the last thing we should be doing right now is being muted, but it's just like, fuck, I already posted it. So it's like, whatever, we gotta rock with it, man.
You know, my thing on that real quick, though, the Black Square thing, I didn't see it as like a, you know, well, when they said that we were going to just not post anything, like to just mute yourself, that was a misfire. But the Black Square, in fact, you had a funny ass story about the black square. You was like, me judging you for not having a black square. Like it's kind of like no, but it's kind of like a badge. It's like it's a badge. It's like if you have it on your page, I could fuck with you, like for
exactly.
real.
Like now
you know what I mean?
with the shit now.
Exactly. Even if you front and like even if you bullshit and like at least you put it up. I appreciate the gesture, but if you're real about it, even more so. But I feel like it's like a badge that you wear, and if you don't have it, then I'm looking at you kind of sideways. Yeah, for real. So I think in regards to that, and the fact that we live in such a visually driven world, we're just looking at pictures constantly. We're looking at images. Something like that is a quick yay or nay. You know what I mean? It's like a quick swipe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I said a lot about a lot of people, man. I ain't gonna lie though, you do look at people differently. Like,
hell yeah, you
people
do.
People that just like. So I noticed there's like two people. All right, you got the non-black square posters.
Mm-hmm.
You got the people that just was like, I'm just gonna remove myself from social media, and when everything comes back down, I'll come back out. Like doing both says more about you as a person than not. You can't ignore what's going on. You can't just post like ain't shit happening, bro. Right. Especially if you're in one of these cities where the fucking city is on fire and you're something like, oh, I'm gonna post some pancakes. Like, bro, don't nobody want to see the fucking pancakes right now. Don't nobody care about no tacos right now, man.
No, that's so true, man. That's so true because it's going on everywhere. It's not even in the major cities. That shit is going on everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's not
like,
in your
for the
city.
World to be like,
it's all over your TV. It's no one in the dark about what's going on. No one. Not in this country.
So if you're ignoring it, you're choosing to ignore it. Like
exactly. And then, like you said, you can. There are the non-posters, and then there are ones who just acting like it's not existing. They're in the same boat as far as I'm concerned. Because you don't try to piss on my back and tell me it's raining. You know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, for real.
So yeah, man. Well, look, man, I know it's late, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate you being, you know what I mean, just a supporter of the brand from day one, man. You've been repping us strong, and I appreciate that, my bro. Before you get out of here, man, let the people know where they can link with you, how they can follow you, how they can get in touch with you. Let them know.
All right, man. So it's Dude Where's My Tacos. Where's with an S, tacos with an S, because we eat multiple tacos out here. Who eats one? You can go ahead and follow me there. You can follow world famous Hot Boys, Batch and Brine, Broderick's, all them great companies, man. We open it up the right way, serving delicious food. You can find me on TikTok. I don't really be on there no more, but Dude Where's My Tacos on that too. Okay. What else? There was a Twitter, but I don't know what it is no more. But anyway, man, email me at dudewhere'smytacos@gmail.com if you like a creative, want to link up. If you're a girl that want to model, a guy that want to model, be an extra in one of these commercials I'm shooting. I'm always looking for people. And I'm open.
Dude, Where's My Tacos? We appreciate you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Much success.
I need that hat, by the way.
Success. Huh?
I need that hat, by the way.
Oh, I got you. Oh, don't say no more. Say no more. I got you, bro. I'm gonna put that in for you. I got you, my bro. But look, man, definitely appreciate you. This is the TheDopeOnes podcast, man. Thank you, man.
All right, man. We out.
We out. Peace, man.
Yeah.
Again, I want to thank my guest, Dude Where's My Tacos. Check him out at Dude Where's My Tacos on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining us. Truly appreciate the support. Check in with us next time. Got a lot more great guests. Got a lot more great content. Till then, be safe. Stay home. COVID is still real. Still out here. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Rest in peace to Elijah McClain. Rest in peace to all of those we lost. Rest in peace to my cousin Ross. Much love, y'all. Peace.